This old house was never part of our plan, but the timing lined up in a way we just could not ignore. And even though we had no money, no experience, and no real plan, we said yes to this fixer-upper. And now, here we are. A few months ago, we were just starting to think about moving, not seriously, just daydreaming. We wanted more space for our animals, land for our gardens, and maybe a place that felt quieter and slower. That's when we learned about this farmhouse. It had been sitting empty for nearly 20 years, slowly falling apart. And to be honest, the first time we saw it, it looked more like a burden than a dream. Sagging floors, termite damage, just a to-do list a mile long. But something about it stuck with us, the history, the character, the thought of all the families that had called this place home before us. There was a feeling that if we didn't step in, it might not last much longer. So against all logic, we took a leap. Walking through for the first time was overwhelming. Hill and wallpaper, termite damage, and years of dust and silence. It didn't feel like a home. It felt like a shell. The kind of place you'd expect to see in a ghost story, not a renovation. But as we walked room from room, I could picture it. Fresh paint, laughter echoing in the halls again, dinners at the table. Underneath all the brokenness, there was potential, and that's what made us say yes. Of course, saying yes is the easy part. The hard part is figuring out what comes next. We didn't have a budget, we didn't have a plan drawn up, and we definitely didn't have a team of professionals lined up to swoop in and make it pretty. It was just us. And when you're doing it yourself, you quickly realize that progress does not come easy. Every project costs more than you would expect, takes longer than you think, and usually comes with at least one surprise along the way. But we decided we'd rather learn as we go than let this house slip away. And that's how we ended up spending weeks on the drywall in one bedroom. If you've ever done it, you know it's not glamorous. And if you've never done it before, like us, you'll learn pretty quickly that it's messy, frustrating, and exhausting. There were days we wanted to quit, days where it felt like we were covering the same wall for the 10th time and it still wasn't right. But then little by little, things started to change. The room that was once dark and broken began to look normal again, solid, like something you'd actually want to live in. It wasn't perfect, and nothing in a house this old ever is, but for the first time it started to feel like we weren't just patching walls, we were actually building a home. And I think that's the thing about a fixer-upper. It's not just about paint and flooring and drywall, it's about learning patience. It's about choosing to see what a place could be, even when everyone else just sees the broken pieces. Every nail, every coat of paint, every hour spent sweating in these rooms, it's an investment in something bigger than us. We're not just fixing a house, we're carrying forward a piece of history, and that makes all the hard work feel worth it. And the truth is, we're still only at the beginning. There's so much more to do. Floors, ceiling, plumbing, and I'm sure there are 100 problems waiting for us that we haven't even found yet. This is going to take years. It's going to take money we don't have, skills we've never learned, and even more stubbornness than we probably should admit. But we believe it's going to be worth it, because this house has been waiting a long time for someone to take care of it. And now that she belongs to us, we're going to bring her back to life. So that's where we are now, two people with no plan, no money, and no real idea what they're doing, slowly learning how to rebuild a 125-year-old farmhouse. This is just the first chapter. The drywall may not look perfect, the paint may be uneven, and the projects never seem to end, but every step brings us closer. So if you want to see where this journey takes us, I'd love for you to stick around, because this is only the beginning. Alright, see you guys in the next video. Love you. Bye!